utterly disgraced. For a nation will attack her from the north and bring such destruction that no one will live there again. Do you hear that? So let me finish reading that verse. No one will live there again. Everything will be gone. Both people and animal will flee. All right, let me tell you now why this is talking about future Babylon and not the Babylon that Daniel them, that Israel was in captivity before. We know Meshach and Abednego and all of them guys. They was in captivity in Babylon, right? Right? Come on now. Okay, all right, now the Most High is saying that it shall not be inhabited again when he bring his destruction. How many know Babylon is being inhabited again? Because Babylon is modern day Iraq. That's Iraq. So wonder what the Christians would do with this. Wonder what the modern day theologians would do with this right here. Because the Most High word stands, right? He said again in verse 3, for a nation will attack her from the north and bring such destruction that no one will live there again. And it's going to say this a number of times. Everything will be gone. Both people and animals will flee. Verse 4, in those coming days, says Yahuwah, the people of Israel will return home together with the people of Judah. They will come weeping and seeking the Most High their allure. Now, it says they will return home, but now the theologians today talk about when they return from Babylon after the 70 years. That's all what they want to put before your face. You got me? But he's talking about futuristically here. We're going to return weeping. Now, I don't know for sure, is this weeping going to be out of joy? Oh, you finally brought salvation. You finally come to get us. I don't know if it's going to be out of joy or it's going to be out of more persecution. I don't know. I'll dig a little deeper some other time and find out. But it says they will return, Judah and Israel. They will return weeping and seeking the Most High, their allure. They will ask the way to Jerusalem and will start back home again. They will bind themselves to Yahuwah with an eternal covenant that will never be forgotten. Okay, this proves also that this is talking about future Babylon's judgment, because they forgot the other covenant when they came out of Babylon with Daniel now. You got me? They forgot that one. Because Yahuwah said they broke that one again. But he said this time it would never be forgotten. Verse 6, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have led them astray and turned them loose in the mountains. They have lost their way and can't remember how to get back to the sheepfold. Now, we'll just pass that stuff there off and not even recognize. We'll just read it and pass it off, not even recognizing that a lot of our pastors is going to be held accountable for our demise. Why? Because they're preaching Edom's gospel. They're not trying to open their ears up to what Yahuwah is saying. They are preaching Edom's gospel. Edom's gospel. So he said it right here, right? Their shepherds have led them astray too. Verse 7 says, and all who find them devour them. Their enemies said, we did nothing wrong in attacking them, for they sin against Yahuwah, their true place of rest and the hope of their ancestors. You see how Edom feel? You see how the nations feel? That's another reason why they have nothing. They don't care about what they have done to us, because we sin. They know what Yahuwah spoke concerning his people. As long as you obey me, you're going to be blessed. You're going to eat the good of the land. But the minute you begin to break my covenant and you sin, all these curses going to follow you. So they feel justified in doing what they are doing to us, even up to this day. Do you not see it in the scripture for yourself? Because they said it right here in verse 7 again. All who found them, after the shepherds led them astray and all this kind of stuff, all who found them devoured them. Their enemies said, we did nothing wrong in attacking these folk. We ain't doing nothing wrong, for they sinned against the Most High. They sinned against their allure, their true place of rest. Even the enemy know that Yahuwah is the chosen people true place of rest. They know we don't have any rest in these nations where we are now, where we've been held captive. They know where our rest is. Are you hearing me? And the hope of their ancestors. Look at that. We did nothing wrong in attacking them. But they sinned against Yahuwah, their true place of rest. It was even the hope of their ancestors. He was even the hope of their ancestors. Come on, somebody. Verse 8 says, but now flee from Babylon. Leave the land of the Babylonians, like male goats at the head of the flock. Lead my people home again, for I am raising up an army of great nations from the north. They will join forces to attack Babylon, and she will be captured. Don't you know it's going to take more than one nation to bring this nation down? I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if our money, we about out of money. Believe it or not, in terms of weaponry, in terms of military, this is still the greatest nation on the face of the planet. It's going to take more than Russia to bring her down. It's going to take more than China to bring her down. It's going to take a number of nations to bring this great beast down. Huh? And it's prophesied, Iran is the modern day Medes and Persians now. And it's prophesied that the Medes is the one that's going to come in and help take her down. Look, I'm going to tell you something. This is the reason we need to learn the Most High. The Most High said this, and what was happening then? I forgot which. Yeah, King Saul. He was disobeying the Most High. And I think it was King Saul. We don't know Christianity don't know him, Mary. And he said he uses demons and everything to bring about his will. And this is what Yahuwah said. Who would be a lying spirit for me to go down and confuse? Was it Saul? Yeah. He said, which one of y'all want to be a lying spirit for me? He created everything. You hear me what I'm saying? And that lying spirit, I go, see, a lying spirit is in a hurry to lie. He ready to do some lying. That's the reason when y'all lie, children, young folk, y'all got a lying spirit. Well, I ain't even going to start on y'all because I leave all this and I need to read this right here. But that's what Christianity don't know him. And he didn't told them, I'm the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. He said, I change not. The only reason your doom or destruction hadn't came to you already because Yahushua is praying for you. Not yet, Father, not yet, Father. But after a while, and I don't want to say it like this right here, but just to make you understand, you know, Jeremiah was praying for old hard-head Judah, right? And he was just praying, but Judah was continuing to do after his own will and walk out of his own way. And our folk, our ancestors, and Yahuwah said, don't pray for them no more. I'm not going to hear you. Stop it. Yahushua praying for us. Is the Father telling him, I'm not going to hear you no more. I got to do what I'm going to do. I believe that some kind of collaboration that have went on like that in the foremind of the Father. You hear me? Because that's a time for everything. Now I'm not saying, folks, listen, I'm not saying that the Father is not hearing the Son. Everything have a set time. Everything has a set time. I'm just saying it in that matter where maybe you can understand it. There's going to be a time where Yahushua ain't going to pray no more. Because they keep talking about he's Mary baby. They keep talking about, oh, he's the lovely lamb. He's coming back as a warrior, as a judge this time. He ain't coming back as nice Jesus, as they put it. You hear me? I'm telling you, he's coming back as a conquering Savior. He's coming back as a roaring lion. And it's so, and he's called the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And if he's coming back as a lion, who he's coming back for and to protect? He's the Lion of the tribe of Judah. He's the leader of Judah. He's the watcher over. He's the covering of Judah. I'm telling you, Christianity got all this stuff wrong, and they have commentated on these type scriptures that think that all this stuff have already happened. No, it hadn't already happened. These verses that I just read let you know that it hadn't already happened. Just like verse 3 again, everything will be gone. Both people and animals will flee. For this attack is coming from the north and will bring such destruction that no one will never live there again. You know folk living in Iraq now? That's Babylon. That was Babylon, ancient Babylon. They live in there now, right? The Iraqis. That's who Saddam Hussein was king of Iraq. Babylon. Yeah. So this is talking about futuristic church. I better start opening up your eyes. Man, I can't even hardly listen to the radio stations, the so-called Christian radio stations, because instead of them trying to focus on what really is happening, it's everything Trump is, Trump. Trump is these people idol. He's these people idol. And these black churches, these black people that's on YouTube, listen to me a minute, because if y'all, in case you run across this little old boy right here, y'all are so hard down on Trump, and just like I said, Donald Trump hadn't done anything that would bring destruction to a nation. He hadn't done anything that would warrant that Yahuwah destroy a nation. Is he a crook? Shoot, yeah, he won. What politician ain't? What billionaire is not a crook? You don't get your billions honestly. You don't get to be a billionaire honestly. You hear me? Sure, he won. But I never hear these so-called black Hebrew Israelites, whatever sect you're from within the Hebraic faith, I never hear y'all talk about Biden. He's the one that is doing stuff that wants destruction to a nation. But I never hear you say anything. It's just Trump, and Trump a crook. Go for yes or two. Always, he was coming down on Trump so bad one night. I said, this here is just childish. What about Biden? Then you're mentioning a few words about Biden where he's no good too. But it's Trump the whole thing. Trump. It ain't so much that I'm for Trump, but I'm talking about search it, research him. He hadn't done anything that would warrant Yahuwah bringing destruction and destroying a nation. Unless he lying. And only Yahuwah know that. He said he knows the heart, right? He knows the heart. But Biden tell you up front, let's kill these babies. Biden tell you up front, hey, brothers, y'all go on down there to the courthouse and get married. And Babylon has spread this crap all across the world. Now, African leaders had to tell Obama, we ain't he all over there trying to get Africa to accept and bring in homosexuality. And a few of the presidents told, man, we don't even care about what you're saying. We don't even care about what you're saying. We ain't caring about those matters there. Get out over here with that. And it's pointed out in the scripture that Babylon have spread her filth all across the world. We're going to read it. I'm just telling you, though. You know, just stop it. Just stop it with the Trump thing. because Biden is the wicked one. The wicked one. You don't vote for him, you ain't black. I'm just fed up with it. I be listening to him, Trump this and Trump, and he did this right here, he did it. You weren't complaining when them gas prices were $2. When a loaf of bread was $2.50, now it's $5. You weren't complaining when milk was $1.75 a gallon. Because that's what Trump brought it to. I had one black fella come and tell me, he said, man, I'm going to tell you this right here. He told me this out of his own mouth. Me and Donald, we was out. And he said, man, look here. People can say what they want to say about Trump, but I tell you this here, when he was in office, my 401k went up. What's it doing now? He's trying to get half of your 401k, biting them before you get it. You ain't never supposed to have been able to tax that, but he's trying to tax it now. Because he's spending $2,200 a month he giving $2,200 a month to every immigrant that then came over here. They get $2,200 a month, and then you done worked all your life, and then you are retired. Social Security ain't gonna pay you nothing, $1,400, $1,700 at the most. But these people ain't even citizens, and you give them $2,200 a month. That's what Biden doing, but they're coming down on Trump. Trump said, I'm gonna rack them all up and take them out, get them all out of here. But they don't like that, and then they try to put it like he talking about us, black folk. Come on now. It's time for us to have some sense, to get some sense and quit listening to everything, because a lot of voices are out here. We act like we can't see with our eyes. Shoot, I got some big vehicles, and them jokers burn up some fuel. I loved it when fuel was $2 and some a gallon. You hear me? And I'm not promoting Donald Trump or nothing, but I ain't going to lie even on the enemy. You don't lie even on the enemy. If you lie on the enemy, then you still a liar. Well, it don't matter because he's the enemy. Who told you that? Who told you that? If we're going to be righteous, we got to be righteous across the board. Shoot. We got to be righteous across the board. Hear that little old stumbling baby walking joker. And then lie and just straight out wicked probably ain't even him. Come on, y'all hear me what I'm saying? But Trump. And the white believers, he's y'all idol. Well, few more whites than blacks. You know. And the guy that took the shot at him, oh, poor guy, he's a loner. Let it been a black man that took a shot at him and see what kind of mercy you'd had on him. I heard him say on AFR today, well, the shooter, he received the worst of something. You know what I mean? Because he was so young and they shot him, killed him. But let it been a black. Oh, he deserved it. You want to, as for, and even have said, oh, that nigga deserve it. Trying to kill our president. Come on, wake up. Listen here. You YouTubers, do this here for me, and then you could be righteous. If you say 2 words against Donald Trump, say 4 against Biden, because he's worse. Do it to justify yourself. Do it. Come on now. Is anybody hearing me? If you're going to be fair about the thing. Shoot, all of them crooks. You just got some crooks bigger than that. You got a fellow that can pull off a bank robbery or a store robbery, Deborah, or just a little convenience store. You got a fellow that can pull that off, get out of there with a few $100,000, and then you got some that is capable of robbing banks that can get out of there with the whole vault. That's what Donald Trump is. He capable of robbing a convenience store, but Biden, in terms of wickedness, then got out there with the whole vote. But you won't say nothing. You just want to talk Trump, 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 Trump. Be fair about it. Because I ain't voting for neither one of them, but be fair about it. Shoot, we got to be righteous across the board, no matter who it is. No matter who it is. I mean, so many family members are not going to make it because they can't even stand up and tell their family they wrong. A lot of us are not going to be able to make it. Our family is more important to us than Yahuwah. But we praise you, we praise. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Get out of town. Go in the house and go to bed because that's just lip service. We put to the test every day and we flunk them. Boy, I just know that I was going to leave this and stuff. Let me get back to this right here because stuff, I'm telling you, man, we got to be righteous. Why can't we understand that? Yahuwah is holy. There's no darkness in him at all. He is righteous, and that's what he's telling his children to become. And we just give lip service on a lot of crap. Shoot, man. We give lip service on a lot of crap. Don't mess around, harm to mess around, and commit a crime. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking them and hiding them. I'm marching their tails right down there to the sheriff's office. We're going to settle. This is how it's going to get settled here. But we'll hide our folk. We'll take up for them. We'll do it. We'll do it. And we know they guilty sin. Shoot. We guilty sin. Donald, old dope dealer, now he done got caught by the feds and this and that. I ain't paying a dime. You selling your dope, you should have saved your money up. I ain't paying a dime. You're guilty of sin. But we'll go broke, stressed out, because our children knew what they was doing when they were doing it, and now we just stressed out and spending every dime we got to keep them out of jail. No, you going to serve that time. You did that crime. I promise you. The only way I'll fight for you, they're trying to railroad you. They're trying to railroad you. I am not fighting for no family's folk flesh if they are in sin. And you know what? I don't expect you to fight for mine. I don't. How come we can't be righteous? It's the stuff that landed us in this place in the first place. Why we can't be righteous? Because he have commanded us to be righteous. We're not going to be a part of the kingdom apart from his righteousness. We're not going to be a part of his kingdom apart from his righteousness. Oh, can I get an amen? Ha! Can I get an amen? Well, y'all know where I'm coming from. I'm traditional. Ha! Can I get an amen? Mm-hmm. Preach, preacher! Get on with him with that and start doing right. Start living right. Start walking right. Begin to fear Yahuwah with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul. Love him. Love him. Well, I ain't perfect, and you never will be perfect if you don't start walking in what you do know. You'll never give him the chance to perfect you because he said that this body's going to be changed. You hear me what I'm saying? We're going to be as him, but not until we see him. But how are we ever going to see him if we are not trying to walk like him according to the scriptures right now? A lot of stuff to think about here. Shoot, man. Let me get back on this here. Well, I'm at verse 8. Verse 8 says, but now flee from Babylon, leave the land of the Babylonians like male goats at the head of the flock. Lead my people home again, for I am raising up an army of great nations from the north. They will join forces to attack Babylon, and she will be captured. The enemy's arrows will go straight to the mark. They will not miss. Babylonia will be looted until the attackers are glutted with loot. And we got a lot of stuff over here. We got a lot of goods and services, a lot of them. But she's going to be looted until the attackers are glutted with loot. Scripture saying this right here. Are y'all feeling me? Says, I, Yahuwah, have spoken. I, Yahuwah, have spoken. Then I got a title when it starts with verse 11. It says, Babylon's sure fall. Sure fall. It says, you rejoice and are glad, you who plunder my chosen people. You see? You rejoiced and you are glad. You plundered my people, my chosen people. We ain't talking about no Jews. We talking about Hebrews. Abari. You rejoice and you are glad because you plundered my people. Why do they keep denying this? Why do the church keep denying this? Why do the white man, Edoms, keep denying this? Why don't the theologians and stuff, why do they keep denying this? They know everything else. They know how to trace down an artifact buried deep in 20 miles on the Egyptian pyramids, and they can find that. Why they can't find these real folk here? You ain't doing nothing but faking. You know who they are. Yeah, they can go 20,000 miles and find a knife that Pharaoh had that he cut his son's throat with, but can't even find these true folk around here in his eyes every day. You ain't I don't go for that. I don't go for that. You're going to be judged if you don't talk up. You're going to be judged if you don't point out. And every time them folk get to hollering, America send them billions. That's our money. You send them folk our money. He who blessed Abraham shall be blessed. I don't know how America get blessed because he ain't blessed Abraham. He just enslaved Abraham. He killed his babies. He split up Abraham's family. So what's up with all of that? As smart as these theologians is, but they don't want to see this right here. They see it, literally. They see it. And they just think they're just going to get on into heaven. And when it ain't nowhere in the scripture that you going to heaven. The earth was made for you. Yahuwah coming down to this place when Satan has been destroyed. The last battle, Yahuwah coming down with the new Jerusalem. He coming down here. He said, we ain't even going to need the sun down here because he and the lamb going to be the sun. But white Christianity is still talking about the rapture. We going to heaven. Come on, man. Come on. You've been blinded. You don't want to see what's right before you. What's right before you. But I got to give it to them. Some of them are waking up. And they're telling the truth. Some of them are waking up telling the truth. Because your salvation... And I know what you're going to say. Now, my salvation hinges on Jesus. No, your salvation hinges on you cleaving to us. Because Yahushua belonged to us. He said, I come at my own, but they didn't receive me when I came. But I'm coming a second time. And this time, I'm going to gather them. They're going to hear me. I'm going to make a new covenant with them. Not like the covenant that I made with their ancestors, but this covenant going to be in you. You're going to be a walking word. You ain't going to need nobody. You sure enough ain't going to need these Gentiles to teach you and lie to you no more because everything going to be in you. You ain't going to have to tell Eden, know the Most High. Now, Eden going to already know the Most High because what's in her. That new covenant, that word. Is anybody hearing me? You got to hear me. You got your pair of stones now. All deep theologians. You know pair of stone? You got these guys. You got me what I'm saying? And they can uncover a 5,000-year-old rock and find a skeleton in it, a Pharaoh's grandchild. But you going to tell me you don't know what these... You get away from here with your prejudiced self. I'm calling you out. Because they don't want to know. Them that don't know devil, they don't want to know. But believe me, they know. They know. But they better not dispel it. They better not. So they're going to have all their Edomite brethren coming in on them. They don't understand that your life can't be taken from you until Yahuwah gives them permission to take it. So they're actually walking by fear and not by the faith of Yahushua. How come we can't see this? How come we can't see this? So this is what keep our mouth shut. Fear. Oh, not wisdom, not being careful. No, fear. Fear. That's what keep their mouth shut. And half of them, from the back roads of Alabama and Tennessee and all that kind of stuff, they ain't even got to fear nobody. They just ain't want to tell it because they don't like you no way. They don't like you no way. I'm telling you, you ain't going to tell me that these theologians don't know what's happening. You're not going to tell me that. You're not going to tell me that because you know what's happening. You know what done happened. You just hate it. I bet these jokers is boo-hooing, doing some, they ain't doing no crying. They hollering when they found out about this black Yahushua. Because some of them really did think he was cream. Some of them really did think he was. And now they finding out and they hearing it everywhere. And we done tried to share it with our black brothers and they ain't trying to hear us neither. But I'm telling you, it's sounding out. It's going to be everywhere. Somebody going to say, that old Paid boy was all right all the time, baby. But we ain't going to tell him because our pride still God. This is how we are. We better get ourselves together. Man, look at here. Until you come to the place, Yasharel, until you come to the place to save your life, try to save your life, you will never be able to be used in the capacity that in which Yahuwah want to use you. You'll never come to the place because you fear. I don't fear. And if he and guess who rejoicing if they do take my life? Guess who rejoicing, Ty? He is. He said, I rejoice at the death of my saints. Yahuwah rejoices when we parted from this world. We come to be with him now. But we still gonna come back here. I don't want to go there. Let me finish reading. Listen to what this here says in what verse am I at? 11. Let me go to 11. 11 says, "You rejoice and are glad, you who plundered my chosen people. You frisk about like a calf in a meadow, and nigh like a stallion. But your homeland will be overwhelmed with shame and disgrace. You will become the least of nations, a wilderness, a dry and desolate land. Because of Yahuwah's anger, Babylon will become a deserted wasteland. All who pass by will be horrified and will grasp at the destruction they see there." All. It says, yes, prepare to attack Babylon, all you surrounding nations. Prepare to attack Babylon, all you surrounding nations. Let your archers shoot at her. Spare no arrow, for she has sinned against Yahuwah. Shout war cries against her from every side. Look, she surrenders. Her walls are fallen. It is Yahuwah's vengeance. So take vengeance on her. Do to her as she has done to others. And you know this place done done some stuff. You know this nation here done some stuff to other people. You destabilize every nook and cranny in Akibalon, Africa. You destabilize everything. And then when Gaddafi was talking about building it up and putting the gold and everything, he killed him. Not that he ain't done some wicked stuff, because he have too, but he fixing to do good for the continent. And so Babylon ain't having that. Babylon just ain't gonna have that. So you dispose of him. This place done some stuff. You hear me? Yeah. And somebody saying, well, how come you won't move? Soon enough. Soon enough. Yeah. Which verse I'm at? I'm in 16. It says, take from Babylon all those who plant crops. Send all the harvesters away because of the sword of the enemy. Everyone will run away and rush back to their own land. It's telling you folk, because they immigrants too, see. You hear me? They immigrants too. But this is our land, huh? Good old glory. This is our land. Now y'all immigrants too. You can come over here and just discombobulate the indigenous people. And no, they wasn't the Indians. Like y'all claim. We was already here, a lot of us. Was already here. If you don't believe it, go read about it in 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras will tell you that. That's the reason they wanted to throw all them books away and say they're not a part of the Canaan. 2nd Esdras 3. I'll tell you that. When a lot of our people escaped Assyria, the king of Assyria, it says the Most High calmed the sea for 1.5 years until they all passed over. And they came to a land, that land was called Azareth, that no man never knew, never set foot on. Are y'all following me? We was already here. Columbus ain't discovered nothing. That joker ain't even discovered that shoe with that one buckle he had on. He ain't even discovered that. I'm telling you, dude, this stuff don't make y'all angry and upset. That's the reason I'm talking the way I'm talking, because they done did enough. They done took inventions from us, our people. I'm telling you. All they do is steal and pillage and claim their own. Now they taking the one thing. Well, and then you can't understand how somebody might feel. But then they say, oh, that's the past. Oh, you can forget that. You just let it, just forget it. Let bygones be bygones. Not when Yahuwah says I'm on the lure of justice. So why must I let it go? He ain't letting it go, Denise. He ain't letting any of it go. He's not letting it go. But what Judah's problem is, we really can't come together. Half of us crazy, half of us senile. We got to realize that the curse has been lifted. The curse was done away with in 2019. And then we got to begin to proclaim that. Some of us are still mad. And I don't mean mad meaning angry. I mean mad being sick in the head. That's what mad means. Some of us, we can't deal with you. Can't deal. It's impossible to deal with you. It's impossible. But it's time for us to wake up now. Because I'm telling you, this gathering, man, you can almost hear it. You can almost hear it in the distance. Come, my people. Come. You can almost hear it in the distance. It is so close now. This thing is so close. We need to get it together. Because he's bringing judgment upon this place. Why do you think these storms have got stronger? It sure ain't no climate change. See, they knew the prophecy, so they got to get in front of all that. Climate change. Lying devil. You lying devil. These people know the prophecy. They know the book better than you, and it's your book. They know the prophecies. Oh, you don't have to agree with me. Well, I wouldn't say it like he said. You ain't got to because you ain't me. Tell you, boy, you can just hear stuff sometimes. You can just hear it. It says the Israelites are like sheep. They have been scattered by lions. First the king of Assyria, ate them up. Then King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon cracked their bones. Therefore, this is what Yahuwah of heaven's armies, the allure of Israel, says. Now I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, just as I punished the king of Assyria, and I will bring Israel home again to its own land, to feed in the fields of Carmel and Bashan, and to be satisfied once more in the hill country of Ephraim and Gilead. In those days, says Yahuwah, no sin will be found in Israel or in Judah, for I will forgive the remnant I preserved. See, that deals with that new covenant. Ain't no sin going to be found in us. None. He's going to forgive and wash away all that. And what we going to sin for when we going to have this word in us? We automatically going to know what he wants. How he will have us to live. You ain't going to fight against it. Because according to Isaiah 66, there's going to be a little openings in the earth. Well, I ain't even going to go there. Going to be little openings. Going to be little openings in the earth where you can look into and hear all them screams and sufferings from hell. People that then rebel against him. Read it for yourself. It's in Isaiah 66. Ain't nobody going to be trying to disobey Yahuwah. Because a reminder of what did happen and what he will do will be all everywhere. Be little openings in the earth. You'll be able to see them souls suffering down there. Why don't Christianity tell you these things? Because they too busy preaching a false rapture. That's why. And did all they dirt. But I didn't do that. Well, you was in your ancestors. When they did, you was in them. That's what Yahuwah told me. Why I'm being punished like this? Why our folk being... Well, you was in them. You was in Yaakov them. You was in them. Yes. But that's what he said. In those days, says Yahuwah, no sin will be found in Israel or in Judah, for I will forgive the remnant I preserve. Okay, look at verse 21. Some more judgments for Babylon. It says, go up, my warriors, against the land of Merathaim and against the people of Pekod. Pursue, kill, completely destroy them, as I have commanded you, says Yahuwah. Let the battle cry be heard in the land, a shout of great destruction. Babylon, the mightiest hammer in all the earth, lies broken, shattered. Babylon is desolate among the nations. It says what? Babylon, the mightiest hammer in all the earth. Who is that? Who is that? What nation is that? The mightiest in all the earth. Y'all scared to talk, ain't you? They ain't got y'all on camera. I'm the only one on camera. So you ain't got to worry about nobody, no sniper at your house. USA. USA. Well, that's talking about Babylon back then, and because it was the mightiest nation on the earth back then. That which have been shall be again, nothing new under the sun. So quit fooling yourself. Because no matter what you think or how you want it to be, it's not going to be how you want it to be. People think that because they've been ruling so long, Mary. They've been in charge so long, and they think just whatever they say or think or do, that's what go. No, that reign and come to an end. Yahuwah is fighting for his people now. Huh? He's fixing to rescue you. I don't care if they get mad. I don't care if they think differently. I don't care. This is what the scripture says, that you have looked over. You have looked over this. Babylon, the mightiest hammer in the earth, lies broken and shattered. Babylon is desolate among the nations. Listen, Babylon, for I have set a trap for you. You are caught, for you have fought against Yahuwah. Yahuwah has opened his armory and brought out weapons to vent his fury. The terror that falls upon the Babylonians will be the work of the sovereign Almighty of heaven's armies. Yes, come against her from distant lands. Break open her granaries, crush her walls and houses into heaps of rubble, destroy her completely, and leave nothing. Leave nothing. These people don't know him. They don't know him. They don't know him. Destroy even her young bulls. Y'all know what they're talking about? Them young bulls. Oh, them young men. Them young men. Yeah, they're going to destroy the babies too because they're going to say it. Yeah. This nation don't know, and the nations that have done his people wrong in this world today, they don't know what really awaits them because they've been lied on about Yahusha. If they've been lied about what his name is, you know they have lied about his character too. Yeah. If they lied about what his name was, Bob, you know they lied about his whole character. His name is who he is. So they didn't lie about him. Oh, he's nice. He'll forgive you. He'll forgive you. He's good. No matter what you done. He loves us. He gonna save us. No. I'm at verse 27. Destroy her young bulls. It will be terrible for them too. Slaughter them all, for Babylon's day of reckoning has come. Listen to the people who have escaped from Babylon as they tell in Jerusalem how Yahuwah, our Elohim, has taken vengeance against those who destroy his temple. Y'all know what this means? So that lets you know now, because the temple was destroyed in 70 AD. Listen, and you can read about this in Jeremiah 30 or 31 chapter. Nebuchadnezzar them, because it's going back and forth, truly it is, but Nebuchadnezzar them even pulled up the foundation stones. And the Most High mentioned that. So it could never be laid again. They pulled up the foundation stones that was deep set in the ground. The foundation stone they destroyed. Also, send not a call for archers to come to Babylon. Surround the city so none can escape. Do to her as she has done to others. Woo! For she has defied Yahuwah, the Holy One of Yasharel. Her young men will fall in the streets and die. These young boys, they're going to fall in the streets and die. But they got all kind of nerves. Will fall in the streets and die. Her soldiers will all be killed, says Yahuwah. See, I am your enemy for you arrogant people. This Yahuwah talking. See, I'm your enemy, you arrogant people, says Yahuwah. Yahuwah of heaven's armies. Your day of reckoning has arrived. The day when I will punish you, O land of arrogance. Man, is this not America? Huh? And got Pride Month going on, ain't that something? Well, it's over with now. It was in the month of June. They arrogant in your face. We don't care what you say, Yahuwah. YMCA. We don't care what you say. Y'all know all them guys were gay, don't you? The Village Boys back in the day. All of them. Yeah. No, YMCA was a place where kids hung out in the summertime and all that kind of stuff. People had fun. But they going to do it at the YMCA. Just prideful, arrogant, telling Yahuwah what you going to do. You little old flaming thing, you. Flaming. Man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. He says, but your day of reckoning has arrived, the day when I will punish you, O land of arrogance. You will stumble and fall, and no one will raise you up. For I will light a fire in the city of Babylon that will burn up everything around them. We don't believe this. We just reading this stuff. It's just a storybook. Oh, this will never happen. That's how we think sometimes. We can't imagine it. No, that was Old Testament when God was a killer. Come on now. It says this is what Yahuwah heaven's armies of heaven's army says. The people of Israel and Judah have been wronged. They've been done wrong. The people of Israel and Judah have been wronged. Their captors hold them and refuse to let them go. But the one who redeems them is strong. That's him. That's Yahuwah. Don, that's your words here for a part of your rap song. The people of Yasharel and Judah have been wronged. The captors hold them and refuse to let them go. But the one who redeems them is strong. Our Allure. His name is Yahuwah of heaven's army. He will defend them and give them rest again in Israel. But the people of Babylon, there will be no rest. The sword of destruction will strike the Babylonians, says Yahuwah. I will strike the people of Babylon, her officials, and wise men too. The sword will strike her wise counsels, and they will become fools. The sword will strike her mighty warriors, and panic will seize them. The sword will strike her horses and chariots, and her allies from every land, and they will all become like women. What do you mean, weak? You won't have no strength not to do no battle. You'll be women, he created them also to bear children. They'll all be like they're in, what you call it? When a woman is labor. Yeah. So all y'all going to be as women. You're going to be like you in labor. You're going to be hollering. Babylon. Yeah. That's what he's saying there. And you know what these particular verses make me think about? Make me think about when Judas had sinned. Judah had sinned. And he told them in Isaiah, I think it's his 3rd chapter. He said, I'm going to take all your mighty men. I'm going to take your wise counselors. I'm going to take your warriors. I'm going to take them all from you. I'm going to take them all. Now he's telling Babylon, I'm going to take yours. Because that's where their strength lies. It says a drought in verse 18. That's where I'm at. Huh? Oh shoot, I done skipped over. I'm in 38. Okay, yeah, a drought will strike her water supply, causing it to dry up. And why? Because the whole land is filled with idols, and the people are madly in love with them. Is this not dealing with us? Is this not dealing with us? Man, you got people, and sure enough, they Hollywood and stars of Hollywood are idols to a lot of people today. You got people that crosses land and sea just to come to see Elvis' place. And you can tell that they have made them idols. And even made Michael Jackson one because they call one the king of pop and the other one the king of rock. The king? Come on. You realize what you're saying? The king of pop and the king of rock. We are worshiping idols in the opening, and we don't even realize it. What's wrong with us? Come on, Judah. It's time to come out of her. Come out of her, my people. Soon Babylon will be inhabited by desert animals and hyenas. It will be a home for owls. Never again will people live there. It will lie desolate forever. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that happening to America? and even the cities, the lands that is around her. Yeah, they have done this here too. The scripture is going to mention that also. I will destroy it as I destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Did I tell you? The Most High would have to repent for what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah if he don't deal with wicked America and the lands that is around it. I'm telling you, these wicked people is going to be cut off, Mary. They're not going to have their way. I don't care what Obama and them say. They're not going to have their way. Y'all got plans. You got your agenda, what it is, 25 and 47s and everything else, and agenda 30 and all that kind of stuff. Hey, you're going to hell. That's where you're going. You're going to hell. Got plans to kill 10 million people a year. You're going to hell. A lot of that stuff is, the Most High is going to let a lot of them do that because that's his judgment upon a lot of them anyway. That's his judgment upon a lot of them anyway. So only the wicked killing the wicked. But for you, Yasharel, come out of her. Come out of her. I'm telling you, these big politicians and these wicked people and the ones that you don't see, y'all going to hell. You're going to hell. And you're going to burn there forever. What you got planned for this earth, somebody going to be forever? No, you're going to burn in hell forever. Ain't no getting out. You are not strong as Yahuwah. Have you been hearing what I've been reading? Huh? He's the Yahuwah of heaven's armies. Remember when Elijah and his little protege was trying to, and the little protege was afraid, and Elijah asked Yahuwah, open his eyes, because the armies were coming up against them, and they were surrounded by the enemy's armies and stuff. And Elijah said, Father, open his eyes that he may see. And then he opened Gehazi's eyes, and there was a massive army of fire angels, chariots all around. He's the Yahuwah of heaven's armies. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to fear, Sister Lily. I don't care if the bomb hit right next door to your house. Your house ain't falling down. But the one that is aimed at is. This is how strategic and how precisioned he is if we believe in it. We just got to believe in him. Is anybody hearing me? Believe in him. Believe in him. Seek him. Seek him. Now, yeah, of course, some of us are appointed to death. You know, some of us have to give our lives for others. But that should be all right with you too. That should be all right with you too. The main thing that he doesn't want us to do is fear. Do not fear, because then you're ruled by his opponent. And Yahuwah don't count Hasatan as his opponent, because he can just pluck him away if he want to. He can just pluck him away. Come on. All right. Where I'm at, verse 40. Yeah. He says, I will destroy as I destroy Sodom and Gomorrah and their neighboring towns, says Yahuwah. No one will live there. No one will inhabit it. Look, a great army is coming from the north. He's still talking about destroy. Man, I'm telling you, Yahuwah is bent on destroying the wicked. And he's going to do it. A great nation and many kings are rising up against you from far off lands. They are armed with bows and spears. They are cruel and show no mercy. Now, when I said that Russia just can't destroy America, or China just can't destroy America, I'm talking about by themselves. That's really Yahuwah saying nations. Come on. They're gonna collaborate, and they're gonna come together to destroy you, because you are the one leading all this hell in the world. All this hell in the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. They can't do it by themselves. They're going to take China, Russia, Iran, and whoever else, other nations, together in confederate to bring down Babylon in this system right here. These people are so wicked and awful. They're trying, think about it. Now I'm going to let you know, they don't care nothing about money. They really don't care nothing about money. They just hold that over our head. You know what I mean? They hold that over our head. Don't you know there's 100 and they don't care anything about money, so they don't care anything about killing their citizens and stuff. So they don't care anything about no taxes and all this kind of stuff because they print money. They print the money all they want. And then they put all this stuff in your food to try to kill you. This is my point. Well, it look like they ought to want you around to pay taxes. Folk don't care anything about no money. It's 160 nations that don't even buy their pork from America anymore. 160 nations. Stop buying their pork. I ain't gonna say our. You know why? Because their pigs look deformed for all the stuff they feeding them. All the poison that they're giving them. Go online, you can see it. You can see it, man, pigs look abnormal. Hogs look abnormal, they so big. And in these nations, stop buying America's pork because it ain't nothing but poison and cancer. I'm telling you, if you're struggling with, there's a reason why Yahuwah told us don't eat pork. Don't eat. Our food is to eat the animal that chew the cud and have a split hoof. Right? Okay, a pig, a hog have a split hoof, right? But he don't chew the cud. A rabbit is good to eat, right? No, a rabbit chew the cud, but it don't have a split hoof. He knew what he was talking about when he gave us our dietary laws. But we're eating Babylon's food now. And then we hopping and with tubes, laying up in hospital bed with tubes down our throat and our nose, but we can't get off Babylon's food. Some point we got to discipline ourselves. Some point we got to discipline ourselves and begin to even obey the dietary law. That's when it tells you it's not for you anymore. But they knew your body ain't designed to eat Esau's food. They can eat it. I don't know. I love seafood. Well, you keep eating it. Keep eating the shellfish. You don't know how I love shrimp. Man, we could eat some shrimp, could we, babe? But as soon as we learn that that's Esau's food, we put it down. We put it down. Couldn't handle it no more. And it's been ever since we came into who we are, and I can tell the difference in our bodies. You know, all the white sugar, just begin to just do it little at a time. All the white sugars and stuff, you got to put that stuff down. They got real cane sugar, not the brown powdery sugar, but they got real raw sugar. Leave that white stuff alone. Stuff been bleached. We got to eat right, y'all. We got to do this. There's a reason why our Father told us what to eat and how to eat. Ain't nobody in here love neck bone more than I did. Somebody saying, ugh, neck bone, yeah, they were good. I had to leave them alone. I left them alone, Sister Lily. Throw them to the wayside. I did. And you can put how much venom in there you want to. It's still Esau food. Still Esau food. Still Esau's food. That's why pork is so cheap. There ain't no count for you. And I promise you, if you would make half the effort to do what Yahuwah says, he'll make a way where you can buy, because the stuff that we really need is expensive. He'll make a way for it. He'll make a way for you to do it if you just Father, I want to obey you. I want to obey. He'll make a way for it. Let me tell you something. We made our mind up to get off this pork. My family, Donald's family, and you know, the beef, the chicken, the fish, the lamb, that's practically what we eat. And that stuff expensive, right? All right, now we got a guy that told us, and Donald told me, and I said, boy, you might have misheard that. The stuff expensive. And so it's a guy, Ty, finna give us a cow. A whole cow. And he's feeding it still. I tried to give him money. That's what Yahuwah do. And we're going to slaughter that thing. I ain't getting you none. It's going to go between my family, because I'm trying. Huh? No. Hey, Lily, when it comes down to the cow, no. No, I'm just making an example of what Yahuwah would do for you if you would just put forth that. He'll make a way for you. And then don't come tell me about it. I said, boy, no, I think y'all must miscommunicated or something. You must misheard them folk. You misheard them folk. But no, real good people. And I appreciate it. I mean, I do. It was a shock. Because folk don't do that. Folk don't do that. But that's what he's doing. And he said, no, we're going to do it because y'all some good people. You can't say that to certain folk. Tell some certain folk that I'm good. Now, you're going to make an enemy if you go around telling folk that I'm good. Certain folk. Come on. Yeah. But I thank Yahuwah for them. They raising it, and they taking care of it. I thank him for that. But I see what he would do and how he will provide if we would just stop giving them lip service and let our fruit speak for us. Because ain't nobody in here, I guarantee, ain't nobody in this place love pork rinds more than me. No, you didn't? I used to buy 20 and 30 and 40 bags, put them up, eat them every day in a ball. Put some salt on them. I'm telling you, no. And I gave them up. One day I felt weak. And I had to walk on away. I'm telling you, you'll feel weak sometime. You need this stuff all your life. Huh? Won't you? I'm telling you, man. You'll feel weak sometime. You feel weak. But if you do everything within your power to obey him, he will supply you the rest of the power to walk it on out. He will do it. But you got to show him first. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Me and Bob, our snacks done got healthy now, because we used to snack, but they done got healthy now, so they are few. So they ain't got much healthy stuff. So we're snacking few now. Eat a lot of fruit. I'm telling you, eat a lot of that now. Watermelons are good for you. I don't care what stereotype white folk to put on it. Them things good, and they're good for you. The red in them, I forgot what the doctor said to do for you. Just can't eat the seedless now. Seedless ain't nothing but crap. The yellow meat is not better than the red. Now I left all this here and started giving up. I mean, I do love y'all, but I'm telling you now, this is what we got to do. We got to obey him and stop thinking it don't matter. All that don't matter. It matters for your health. You can still go into the kingdom eating slop. But you're going to suffer before you get there, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got to do it. Get out of your mind that it don't matter. Look, Yahuwah know he's going to make a new covenant with us, right? And this is what I was telling, I think me and Denise, we were talking. You can't, given you living under the beast system, you living in Babylon, you can't keep all of Yahuwah laws here because they got their own. You hear me? You can't keep them all. That's when he told me and Don, when we were praying, what do we do? And he said, how did Yahuwah say, Don? Keep what you know. Huh? Yeah, keep what you know and you learn as you go. That's what he told us. Because you under the beast system. You're under the beast system. You got to have some wisdom. Don't come to listen to nobody with no Pharisaic mentality, and they be putting all this stuff up on you, but they won't with one finger lift nothing off. You know, I'm telling you what we did. You can choose to do it, or you can choose not to do it. But don't ever let no one bring no condemnation up on you if you don't do it. Don't do that. You know, don't do it. But I'm just telling you how he will provide for you if you would just try. If you would just try. Because that's what he's doing. We ain't about no legalism. I'm not going to finish this here. Keep up with where I left off at, Bob. Where I'm leaving off at? 41. And I promise you, we're going to do it Tuesday, and I'm not going to cancel. Amen? So be it. So be it. And we'll start back. But I'm telling you, I don't care what people